Hi kids! Welcome back to our video lesson in Mathematics 6. I'm Teacher Leo and I will be your teacher for today's lesson. Are you ready to learn more in mathematics? But before that, here is the objective of the lesson.
The objective is formulates the rule in finding the nth term using different strategies like looking for a pattern, guessing, and checking, working backwards. Numbers, figures, objects, or symbols arranged in a definite order or sequence is often encountered in mathematics. For instance, letter A, 2, 4, 6. Letter B, we have square, triangle, and square. Letter C, A, D, G, and J. Notice that in letter A, all are numbers. In letter B, figures. And in letter C, letters, which are arranged in a definite order. Using the given sequences, for number 1, what is the next number in letter A? For letter A, the sequence is 2, 4, and 6. What would be the next number after 6? Notice that the next number will be obtained by adding 2 to the previous number, just like this one. So 2 is added by 2 to get 4, and 4 is added another 2 to get 6. So therefore, the next number, if we add 2 to 6, the answer is 8. In number 2, what is the next figure in letter B? So the sequence in letter B, we have square, triangle, a square, and a triangle which rotates clockwise, and another square. So what do you think is the next figure? Notice that the triangle next to a square is rotating clockwise, like this one. So this is the square, and the next triangle rotates clockwise. Therefore, the next figure of a triangle looks like this one. For number 3, what is the next letter in letter C? The sequence in letter C is A, D, G, and J. Notice that the letters in the sequence consist of every third letter of the alphabet. Here is the example. Now, what do you think is the next letter comes after letter J? Okay, you need to skip 2 letters from K and L, so the 5th letter is letter M. So the answer is letter M. The lesson for today is the nth term of a sequence. Sequence. Let's define first what is a sequence. A sequence is a set of numbers written in a special order by the application of a definite rule. Examples, we have A, 2, 4, 6, B, 3, 6, 9. Term. Each number in the sequence is called a term. Just like in letter A, we have the sequence 2, 4, 6, and letter B, 3, 6, 9. That means 2 is a term, 4 is a term, 6 is a term, 3 is also a term, 6 is a term, and 9 is a term. By following a certain pattern, the following sequences show the rules and the next 3 terms. Here is an example of a sequence. We have 3, 6, 9, and 12. So we are looking for the next 3 terms after 12. Now here is the rule. Every term after the first is obtained by adding 3 to the number preceding it. To get number 3, we have to add 0 plus 3. So 0 plus 3, the answer is 3. Another is 3 plus 3, the answer is 6. Next, the preceding number is 6. So you need to add 3 to get 9. Another, if our preceding number is 9, you add 3, you will have the answer which is 12. So that means the nth rule term here is n plus 3. We can also get the answer by its multiples of 3. We have 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, and 3 times 4. Because the answer of 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 4 is 12. So the nth term rule for the multiples of 3 is 3 times n, or 3n. So using this nth rule for n plus 3, so the preceding number is 12. The preceding number is 12. 12 plus 3, you will have 15. Then 15 plus 3, you will have 18. And 18 plus 3, you will get 21. For the multiples of 3, if we multiply 3 times 5 is 15. Next is 3 times 6 is equals to 18. And 3 times 7 is 21. Therefore, the next 3 terms are 15, 18, and 21. For each sequence, look for a pattern and then write the next 3 terms. Let's try to use this sequence: 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. The rule for this is that the numerator in this sequence is constant. We have 1, 1, and 1. The denominator is obtained by adding 1 after the other. As you can see, 1 over 1 plus 1 is 1/2. 1 over 1 plus 2 is 1/3. We have 1 over 1 plus 3 is 1/4. Therefore, the nth term rule here is 1 over 1 plus n. Now we are going to use this nth term rule to find the next 3 terms. We have 1 over 1 plus 4 is equals to 1/5. Another is 1 over 1 plus 5. We are going to have 1/6. And the last term is 1 over 1 plus 6 is equals to 1/7. Formulate the rule in finding the nth term for each sequence using counting numbers to easily find the rule. What is a counting number? Counting numbers is a set of numbers like 1, 2, 3, and 4 without the number 0. Let's try to have this sequence: 2, 3, 4, and 5. For this rule, we are going to use counting numbers. For the first term, counting number 1 plus 1 equals 2. Second term, we use counting number 2 plus 1 to get the answer, which is 3. The third term, counting number 3 plus 1 equals 4. And the fourth term, we are going to use counting number 4 plus 1 equals 5. Now, let n represent a counting number. Therefore, the nth term rule for this sequence is n plus 1. Using this nth term rule, we are going to use, for the fifth term, we are going to use counting number 5 plus 1 to get 6. Another, we have, for the sixth term, we are going to use 6 plus 1, the answer is 7. And the last one is counting number 7 plus 1, the answer is 8. Notice that the sequence is 2, 5, 8, 11. Working backwards, you will notice a pattern that subtracts 3 to get the next term on the left. 11 minus 3, you will have 8. 8 minus 3, you will have 5. And 5 minus 3, the answer is 2. Now, think of a way on how you will get each term having a common difference of 3. Using again this sequence 2, 5, 8, and 11. In this process, we are going to use guess and check strategy. Let variable n represent a counting number. The first nth rule we are going to guess is 3 times n plus 1. To check if this nth rule is correct, so we are going to represent counting number 1 to represent the variable n. 3 times 1 plus 1 is equals to 4. 4 is greater than the first term, which is 2. Therefore, this rule is wrong as we check for the first term. Now, let's try another one with lower result. Let us guess if this 3 times n minus 2 nth term rule is correct. To check, we have 3 times 1 minus 2 equals 1. As you can see, 1 is less than 2. Therefore, the result of this nth term rule is lower than the first term. Let's try another one. Let's try to guess if this nth rule is correct. 3 times n minus 1. To check if this nth rule is correct, we are going to represent counting numbers for the variable n. 3 times 1 is 3, minus 1 is 2. Therefore, the rule is exact for the first term because the answer of this checking is the same as the first term, which is number 2. Now let's proceed. If we multiply the counting number 2 by 3, 3 times 2, that is 6, minus 1, the answer is 5. So it is also the same as the second term in the sequence, which is 5. Another, we have 3 times 3 is 9, minus 1 equals 8. So it is the same as the third term, which is 8. And the last one, we have 3 times 4 is 12, minus 1 is 11. Therefore, the nth rule of this sequence 2, 5, 8, and 11 is 3 times n minus 1. It's math activity. Please get your paper and pen, and let's try to answer the math activity. Please get your paper and pen, and let's try to answer the math activity. What is the nth rule of this sequence? 10, 15, 20, and 25. The answer is n plus 5. What is the nth rule of this sequence? 3, 5, 7, and 9. The answer is n plus 2. What is the nth rule of this sequence? 1, 3, 9, and 27. The answer is n times 3 or 3n. What is the nth rule of this sequence? 20, 16, 12, and 8. The answer is n minus 4. What is the nth rule of this sequence? 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. The answer is 1 over n plus 1.
That's all we have for today. I hope you learned a lot, and thank you for watching this video. Goodbye!